What is going on, everybody? This is Stubbs with Retro Handhelds podcast. I'm here with my co-host Thor and our special guest, YouTuber Tech Summit, Francisco. Nice to meet you, sir. Thanks for coming on the show.
Nice to meet you as well, and thank you for having me.
How's it going, man?
How is it going? What's going on over there?
Well, been doing a lot of testing of a lot of different handhelds, so that's been most of it. Getting yelled at a little bit in the comments.
What are people's problem? What do they not like? Let's dig into it. Right off the bat. Drama.
Okay. Drama. Okay. I suppose I'm going to have to name drop people too. I might as well, since I'm live.
Might as well. Yeah. Let's do it.
No, I'm kidding. But I do have comments to read. Now, for example, we have Odin does support at the Xbox layout, by the way, and you can change it from settings. You need to use MMJR2 for GameCube with some tinkering, and you missed fan and performance modes entirely. It's like,
oh, whatever. People can calm down, dude. Our Odin review was all over the place.
It wasn't just a review. It was a whole setup thing too. We did like a 4-hour live stream with it.
Yeah, we did the impressions and then the review. But well, we got lots of interesting comments.
Here's the thing: the Odin itself, like,
I feel you.
AYN didn't walk you through it really a damn thing other than the initial setup. You know, they didn't tell you this is how you swap profiles, and hey, by the way, you know, maybe we suggest they didn't even included no apps, which I still don't understand, because a lot of these community developers are like, I don't care, include it. I don't give a crap. Go for it.
Yeah, I wished that they had, honestly. It would have been cool. But
yeah.
Another issue too that does kind of invalidate this comment a little bit is that I don't think that the MMJR version of Dolphin is available through the Play Store, unless you're supposed to get it a different way.
No, it's I think that's APK.
You got to sideload it.
And
that's the whole thing. Yeah,
you got it.
As
nothing wrong with the Dolphin APK from the Play Store.
Oh no, absolutely not. Especially because they just released in the whatever that 15,000 version or whatever, the Snapdragon speed update
with the improvements and optimizations. Yeah.
So
I mean, I noticed
Core
that
Dolphin
once
isn't
I switched
bad.
over to Vulkan, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Dude, it's not bad at all. Of course, depends on the device you're going to run it on, like on the RP2 or something. RP2 Plus, that is, probably going to want to go with like MMJR2.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine if I just let that comment slide and said, the Retroid Pocket 2 plays GameCube? People would.
Yeah, I can imagine all the ats you're going to get for that one.
You're
going to get that one
down.
Anyway. All right.
I guess I'm going to keep that hot take to myself.
Do you have a Retroid Pocket?
I do. I have a Retroid Pocket 2 and a Pocket 2 Plus.
Cool.
Do you like the 2 Plus?
I do.
You're
quite a lot.
You're giving us the grin of, it's all right.
Yeah,
that's good.
No,
the 4x3 screen makes a difference to me. That made a big difference. Just the classic game format, not having to worry about integer scaling and all that stuff for a lot of games. That's nice.
I get having 4x3 instead of 16:9, but I do prefer 16:9 still, because mostly the reason why I do get retro handhelds is to play PSP games on them. And even then, I do like being able to stretch out games.
And anymore, it's really important to have the 5 gigahertz, or even AX is coming up, Wi-Fi 6. Some of them are starting to put that in there, like the Odin Lite has that upcoming. But streaming on these devices is going to keep getting more and more and more and more popular. I understand what Valve was doing with the Steam Deck, where everything's on board and blah 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 blah. But unless you're hauling it in the car or bus or train or whatever, and you're taking along a power brick, if you're going for something extended, you're not playing Elden Ring for 6 hours straight. It's just not happening.
Well, I could.
If you wanted to.
But I mean on battery.
Oh, well, fair. In that case, I won't.
I just started playing Elden Ring, by the way, like a week ago, and I'm getting demolished.
Are you playing on
every 2 minutes on the Steam Deck? Yeah, so I got my Steam Deck, by the way, everybody. Finally, it showed up. I haven't done any coverage or any content on it because I've honestly just been enjoying it. Like I've just been lying in bed at night before I go to sleep, playing like Age of Empires 2 on it. And then also a little bit of Elden Ring, but that game is just destroying me. And so I said I'm going to come back to this with like a good night of sleep behind me and do my best.
Yeah,
man. I know that if I was doing game reviews, I would have a lot to say about Elden Ring.
What do you got to say? Now's your chance. Now you're doing game reviews.
Open forum.
Well, now I'm Game Summit. I may as well open up.
Welcome to Game Summit.
Yeah. This video is sponsored by Reg. So I do find the bosses in Elden Ring to be very unbalanced. In comparison to previous Souls games.
It's too hard.
I'm not allowed to say that. I will get attacked for saying that. But what I will say is that there is still a learning curve that I have yet to fully embrace.
It's too hard.
It's so diplomatic. It's so diplomatic.
Hard, yeah.
It's too hard. Dude, so we had a mod in RH, and he got stuck on some horse boss or something like that for 3 weeks. All right. Now, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm married. I have a kid. I have another one on the way, right? I'm not playing any game for 3 weeks, let alone trying to beat one boss every single day for 3 weeks.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Absolutely
no,
not.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not there yet. You know, it started with Kingsfield. All right. As soon as the game got too hard, I said, I'm banishing this from my life forever. And I sold it for like $5. And that was a stupid mistake because now you can buy Kingsfield for hundreds of dollars. Yeah. Yeah, it was their first foray into this nightmare genre.
Huh.
I rebought Demon Souls.
Yeah.
The remake?
Yeah, I bought it with the PS5 with a hard copy and then sold it, and then because I wasn't going to use it because it's not my thing, and then I rebought it on digital just because I was like, no, I'm not going to let this beat me.
Yeah, you did.
I got like 40 minutes farther and then I haven't played it again.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the first boss in Demon Souls. Matt the Last, another YouTuber who's on the show and doing some content for us now with some game reviews. By the way, shout out Matt the Last because we have an ActRaiser review coming out, ActRaiser 2. And guess what else? Barbie Explorer, which I have playing in the background to advertise that upcoming video. This is the best PS1 game ever made.
Advertising now?
Yes.
Did you buy that? Did you buy that ad space from me?
Bought a PlayStation on eBay for like $30 and it runs Barbie Explorer and I connected it to that thing over there. TV.
Wow. And I almost bought you one for $200 the other day. Wow.
I know. And I regretted it. And I was like, I'll just find a cheapo one. I don't need the box and everything.
I actually got in my truck and made my way into town to buy
I know.
it before you were like, no, I don't know. No.
I know.
I really shouldn't.
Dude,
no.
I'm sorry for making you drive. And I didn't know you were going to turn around immediately. I was like, nah, I don't need it. I'm good. And I didn't realize that you took my pause and hesitation to then turn your truck physically around, go back to the game store, like an hour away to buy me a PlayStation.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes.
I appreciate you.
It's an hour and a half round trip for sure.
I pressed a few buttons on eBay and it showed up like magic at my door today.
It's like special with driving to get it though.
Yeah, your way is way more special. I super appreciate you taking the extra mile. Pun intended.
Probably multiple miles.
Yes, that was many miles.
But where was I going with this? Oh yes, Matt the Last. So he challenged me to play through one of the Souls games. I think the first Demon Souls or maybe Dark Souls we're doing. And he's going to make fun of me while I play it, and we're going to stream it on our channel soon. So shout out to that future video from us.
I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Russ and I talked a little while back about playing games on OG hardware, right? Like
Russ is Retro Game Core, by the way.
Yeah, Russ is Retro Game Core. But playing things on like SNES and playing it on the actual original hardware, and how playing it on the hardware, the lag was so much lower than emulation, and it's been stuck in my head since I had that conversation. And now I can't help but wonder, But if we're playing all of these, twitchy, ultra fast reaction time games with wireless controllers, if we're doing something wrong. Like, I get it that Elden Ring, basically everybody's going to play it with a wireless controller, right? But I can't help but wonder if my aging gamer hands would be better at these games if I was directly wired into the
plugged
console.
in.
Yeah.
Madness. Well, I can tell you in Barbie Explorer, which is another difficult game, not from Software. It has a physical controller plugged into it right now, and I was playing through the VR level today with no lag.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Well, that input is straight into the processor too.
Yeah, Francisco and I were just talking before the cast about that. Like, it's awesome to have that OG hardware. In fact, Francisco, you were saying you were maybe looking into getting some old hardware as well.
Right.
Wondering if it's worth it.
Yeah. So what is your take? How do you feel about having the PlayStation 1?
It scratches that nostalgia. It looks like crap. Obviously, it just looks horrible. But there's no input lag because it's the OG hardware. And I loved something I didn't realize I would love is I loved when I booted it up, the BIOS came on, and then the PlayStation made all of its little whirs and pops and buzzes when the disc, when the laser is reading the disc. It goes. I was like, oh my God, that's taking me back to being 10 years old. That's emulation doesn't give me that.
With emulation, we have to screw with settings constantly to make them perfect and then never play games. So, having OG hardware that you recently purchased would kind of force you to actually play games. And we don't want that. That's crazy.
No, that is crazy. And I actually did sit down and play like Driver, Rainbow Six, Crash Bandicoot today. And I said on this cast many times over the years that I am all digital. I will never go physical again. And then I had a baby and I'm way too tired and exhausted to mess with emulation lately. And I just want to I don't know. I will play any platform where the game just works and boots.
Yeah.
So Steam Deck, okay, Switch, PS5, Xbox, and a PS1 because it just turns on. And yeah, I'm losing out on retro achievements and all that, but it's fine for now.
You'll figure out a way. Somebody somewhere will figure out a way to tag an Arduino into the processor or something like that.
Well, you can mod this stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can mod these. You can get like an EverDrive for the PS1 to load ROMs and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some RetroArch option. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just getting into this hobby.
Yeah. There's a ton
of
OG
stuff.
They're called ODEs, optical drive emulators, and they replace the laser. So you don't you don't have the laser noise and stuff, and then you can play your ROM straight from an SD card.
You just plug in the SD card. But I like the laser noise. Like that was like, oh, I want this as white noise when I go to sleep at night. This is
it is part of the experience. You kind of need
part of the experience. It's true.
Oh well.
Right, Francisco.
What about you, Francisco? What do you got? You got any OG hardware over there?
Unfortunately, I don't think I've hung on to anything.
That's fair.
From
me too.
Youth.
It's okay.
No,
buy
it's
it all
not
back
okay.
now.
I could, but should I? I'm pretty sure
how
that.
Dare you? How dare you sell that stuff? Past you, we need to build a time machine and go back in time and stop you from selling off your stuff.
Keep in mind that he just shipped me his PS3. Okay, so it's going.
No. Oh man, I need to buy it in white anyways. So that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do have a 360.
Mm-hmm.
There is that. Since we did touch on the PlayStation 3, but like when it comes to the PlayStation 1 that I had as a child, I have no idea what happened to that. When it came into the Game Boy Color, my mother would know less. That's for sure.
maybe your cousin like borrowed it one day and just conveniently forgot to give it back.
That's hard to say because when it comes to me and the rest of my family, I've always been behind. So, like I would always get their hand-me-downs.
That's cool. I mean, that's how I ended up with the Genesis. That nothing wrong with that. And we need to track down who took your PS1 from you because that's part of your heart.
Well.
And I'd like to spend the rest of this episode like going through the people in your life to figure out who wronged you, who hurt you.
And maybe this
my
is the
dad gave
necessary
away my N64
This is now a
and
therapy
my
session.
PlayStation. He just gave them both away, like
What?
with the games and everything. Because I got a GameCube and a PS2, right? And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you get the PlayStation 2 now. You don't need the PlayStation 1," without realizing that you can play PlayStation 1 games on the PS2. And he gave it all away. Like my whole collection, my original copies of
What?
all my Final Fantasy games, everything, and I've never let him live it down since then. So.
But the PS2, sure, and it upscales and it like dithers
a little bit,
extra
yeah.
dithering,
That's
upscales,
nice.
and that's nice. But it doesn't make the.
It's still, the PS2
Not as
still makes some
loud.
noise. It still makes some noise.
It does.
Well,
Maybe not as nasty
like
as the PS1, but it still makes some clicky clacky.
Have you heard that nasty whir on like the 1001 PS1? Just the big gray box.
Oh yeah.
It's just.
Oh,
so,
I remember it.
I was entranced by that today.
The squeal of the disc spinning and then the PlayStation BIOS music, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's like tattooed on my brain forever.
Yeah. Francisco, we got to get you a PS1, man. Thor has one in the game shop down the road that I didn't buy.
I have one in my house.
It comes with the box and anything.
I have like 3 in my house.
Yeah, for sure.
You want a PS1? I'll send you a PS1.
Yeah, send him a PS1.
There you go.
I would appreciate that greatly.
Yeah, I'll send you.
You have no idea how much I would appreciate it.
I seriously have like 3 of them in the house. Like I have no use for them whatsoever.
I would hunt down a copy of Mortal Kombat 4 and
Let's shut that down real quick. Let's see here.
Just going to eBay. Is that what you're doing? Did I just hear ebay.com? Is that what you said?
Mortal Kombat 4, PS1. What kind of price are we looking at? I saw that game for like under $10 earlier. Looks like you can buy it anywhere from. Well, you can buy it with the disc only for $14, but if you want to get the full copy that's not green label, like the actual black label, you're going to pay like $40. But honestly, I think it's worth it.
MK4.
Yeah, that's okay. I've earned that. I think
you have. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that $40 is really too bad. If it's for a game that I would really want, and I would certainly be able to squeeze a lot of hours out of Mortal Kombat 4.
Yeah.
Though the games that I would play nowadays, which are now a lot of JRPGs, like right now, I'm actually trying to go through every mainline Final Fantasy game. I did already touch all of the PlayStation 1 ones.
Impressive.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And
are you considering Tactics as mainline? Because that was a special one.
I am still going to play it, but I don't consider it mainline.
That's fair.
So where are you at right now in the lineage, in the chronicle?
Well, considering that I just finished the last expansion for Final Fantasy 14, I was going to dabble into 11.
Oh, you two are going to go off on a whole tangent now. It's fine.
Because I'm a 14 player. I do rating and
14.
stuff. So.
All right, full spoilers. Let's do it.
Full spoilers. All right. So I'm still sad about my boy Emmett Selk never coming back. All right. I loved him so much. Stubbs has no idea who that is. He doesn't understand the gravity of Emmett Selk.
Emmett Selk
whatsoever.
Meant a lot.
No, I don't.
Like he was a fantastic villain in the previous expansion, and now he's a great ally in this one.
Right.
Sarcasm and wit is very much appreciated.
And the hand motion. I can't even do it right. I can't even it's got a specific whip, I can't even get it right.
No, I think you need a 3D rig in order to be able to really manage it.
Probably. No, 14's been super duper uber great as of late, like the past few years. It was always decent except for the 1.0 launch, but I've been playing for 7 years now. I have really, really good friends. We all hang out IRL and go to FanFest and stuff like that. So we always have a good time.
Oh, awesome. I'll be frank on my end. I don't really have anybody to play these MMOs with, so I'm always like trying to find the best way of soloing them.
That's fair. Well, you know about the solo thing coming up, right?
No, actually.
So for the producer and director Naoki Yoshida announced that they're updating 14 more and more and more with the intention of it being fully soloable. So if you want to play it all the way through the beginning to the end as a single player game, that's coming up. They've updated the bots and all that kind of stuff, so you can do the dungeons pretty much all the way through by yourself.
You see, that sounds really good. But I already feel like Final Fantasy 14 is very playable solo. Until of course, like you do have to join up with other people to join dungeons and raids and things like that. And I think that that's fine. I wish that they would add that solo aspect to Final Fantasy 11, because trying to convince somebody to play that game is impossible.
Yes. Well, that's one of the ones I never played it. I tried to play it originally, but the PC interface for it was bad to me. Like I couldn't handle it.
Come on, Barbie.
It still is.
Let's
go. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But it has 20 years of updates. Didn't they just have the 20-year announcement or something like that for it? I think they just did. I think 11's officially 20 years old. Anyway,
yeah.
So
and I think that they're doing a crossover event actually with 14 as well.
They are. Yeah. That classic armor or something like that. So it's going to be really good. I'm excited. Yeah. I can't believe that 11 servers are still on, which is crazy.
Me neither.
Is that enough time?
I think that the reason why they're on is because because it is still subscription based and people are still more than happy to pay for it. I will tell you one thing: I am not happy to pay for it because, again, that game is very, very, very difficult to play. But I'm forcing myself to play it.
Yeah, we're talking about FF11 stuff. So it was the first.
I played that one. Yeah,
you played that one. Okay,
I played a little bit of it. Like last year when I was deciding if I wanted to try 14 or 11. In the end, I did neither.
Right. He came on to 14, joined my free company, and then
gave me $1 million.
Yeah, I gave him a bunch of gil, and then he just left. Like he just never played again. I think he's still level 6.
It's on my to-do. I just want to get over the hump to play Triple Triad, which is why I got into the game, because I heard
that's the whole thing.
It's
like
my favorite card
game. You have to do hardcore raids and stuff like that to be the real Triple Triad master. All right.
As I told you in your free company, and I gotta just put in the time. I gotta put in the work. I gotta put in the same work that I'm putting into Barbie Explorer to be the best.
Right. But you're not going to do that.
Get it.
I'm so far, so you're working on 14.
I have 3 kids.
You haven't played 15
dogs.
yet, right? Or have you played 15
One
previously?
House. I have. I've been playing them in a completely random order. Like it's not numerical order at
gotcha.
all.
But how many kids do you have?
The first one I finished.
Is the question.
I'm sorry?
How many children do you have? Have you birthed personally?
I don't think I've given birth to any. I would have to ask somebody to verify, though.
Right.
Oh, here we go. All right.
See, I had a particularly special moment the other day because my daughter and I play the Ryza games, the Atelier games. Have you heard of those?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're really like the storyline is really simple and sweet, and it's like a slice of life anime, right? Where they go and like have tea and stuff like that, and it's it's cute girls and cute boys and they're talking, but then the actual RPG system is awesome. It is sweet. All right, it's active time battles, it's classic ATB, and then there's a gathering and crafting system that is crazy. All right, like you actually have to wrap your mind around it. It's super involved, and I'm sitting here going, so I don't care about the story, but my 9-year-old does, and she doesn't care about the crafting system, but I do. So it's kind of a perfect crossover for her and I to spend some time together.
So it works out.
Yeah, it works out. But there's a ton of RPGs that, oh my gosh, my backlog is ridiculous just with JRPGs right now.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be playing Star Ocean on Game Boy Color right now as part of a challenge with the server. I am failing horribly. I'm playing a little bit of Age of Empires, though, like I said. So
we went through that whole thing where I custom modded you. Your Star Ocean for Game Boy Color game, and you're not playing it.
You gotta lay on the guilt trips, man. Like I said, I have 3 kids. Come on.
Well, yeah, you do have 3 kids.
Come
So.
on. You'll understand. You have a second one on the way, and
I do.
And you'll have a third too soon, and then you'll understand. Like, there's all
Listen to
these,
him.
there's all these dreams and
Making all these
aspirations you
plans for
have
me.
of your day, for your week, for your year, and then reality hits, and you're like, okay, but I'll get game time in before I go to bed. Okay, here we go.
So you're
And
not
then like
really
you get to
selling the
that.
kid thing here, all right?
Hold on.
You're making it
Hold
sound
on.
like a huge time sink. But
No,
like,
no, 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 no,
dude,
no,
I
no.
get to
It's
play
wonderful. There's all
JRPGs
these
with my
moments.
daughter now, you know? Like she's
Yes, there's
finally
all
old
these.
enough to
Yeah,
understand the
exactly.
story, you know?
There's these wonderful moments where where you can connect with them, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. This was worth every hour of screaming, the hundreds of hours. But as far as like personal goals and aspirations, you get to like that point at the night where you're like, okay, I'm gonna play some games, and then you're so exhausted, and you're like, I could do that, or I could like watch horrible reality TV on Netflix with my wife.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
And like
pass.
we just talk about the drama. We're like, did you see what she said to him? I can't believe it.
Did my video dip?
It did. It dipped a little bit. Come on, Fujifilm. I expected more out of you.
Ah, well, it
Well,
will be all right.
while you're figuring
You
that
still have
out,
a backup a 6400, right?
you still have the 6400. And yeah, I think you got a GoPro in your house too, don't you?
Yeah, I have like 6 GoPros in the house.
I think you got a Brio too if you need one.
BRB.
No problem.
That's the name of our old podcast, Thor.
See, now you guys talk amongst yourselves.
All right, we'll talk amongst ourselves. All right, Francisco, man. So tell me about, I don't know, what got you into gaming, I suppose. What was your first system?
My first system had to be the Game Boy Color.
Nice. Yep.
And the first game was Pokemon Yellow.
Getting past Snorlax is a bitch.
It is.
Why does he take up the whole path?
Well, it's because of his size.
But he doesn't know.
Right, he's not aware of it until you wake him up. And then he's like, oh, stop, I actually have to move. I have to get out of the way. Oh, my bad. And then you can finally go ahead and finish the game, which is an absolute pleasure to play every time. But it's been a while.
Played it more than once?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you collected all the Pokemon from Yellow?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that I ever got to.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I never got past Snorlax. I gave up. So it's on my backlog.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say that's probably the biggest hurdle in the game.
Is figuring out. Apparently, I've learned you need to like go find something to wake him up. So,
yeah, it's a flute. It's a flute of sorts.
Maybe we should do a Pokemon live stream together at some point in the future.
Yeah, maybe so.
Where you can finally walk me through.
Sure. I think that would be a lot of fun, actually. Now, speaking of Pokemon, I have been playing the Diamond remake on the Switch.
How do you like it?
Well, I think it's actually really good. Actually, I should probably not say that because again, I could be
the comments
in a comment section, so I should probably say it's a decent remake.
Well, I have no thoughts or opinions on it. I need to pick it up. Is there a demo for the Switch?
I don't think that there is a demo. So
because hard dropping $60 to Nintendo right now, it's just like,
it's hard. I know.
I'm a little mad at them. I don't really want to give them full game money just yet.
Why are you mad at Nintendo? Tell me.
Why am I mad at Nintendo? Well, this is a running commentary lately. Just they shut down the 3DS eStore. They shut down. They're shutting it down and taking everyone's games away. Charging just full price on everything. Like their sales are just not great. I'm just way more impressed by Sony and by Microsoft and their game sales. Like they do actual sales. Like they slash things down to like 50% off, 60% off. I'd love to see some of that on the Nintendo eShop. I do appreciate their foray into emulation. I like that they have like N64 games you can play. You got to subscribe to their yearly service and all that. I don't know. I'm just not totally stoked on Nintendo lately, and I've been really getting into my Sony roots because that was really where I kind of cut my teeth in gaming.
Nintendo's
Although my first
That's
system
fair.
was NES, but
Nintendo seems to not care about what people think outside of Japan so much anymore as well.
yeah,
Which is a little frustrating. That's all. You know,
Yeah.
there's plenty
Yes.
of
It
popular
is.
AAA games and stuff that stateside in Europe, they, you know, we all love, and
right.
but because they're not popular Japan side, they don't get a lot of attention.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
And that's really just so unfortunate because there aren't a ton of fans over here. I mean, I'm sure
I
that we've
know.
got 3 right here
I
talking
mean,
at the
yeah,
moment.
of course I'm a Nintendo fan. Obviously, I'm a Nintendo fan. I just, I'm not like banning Nintendo from my life. I'm just a little disappointed. I'm like disappointed dad in my grandfather Nintendo, you know? Like he could have tried
That should be
harder.
the title to a video essay. I'm sure it would do so well.
Might have to dive into that one.
Yeah, I
All
would
right.
give that a go.
One more question for you, man. So YouTube, when did you start the YouTube game?
I started YouTube back in 2016.
Nice. You're going on what, your 5th or 6th year?
6th year, yeah.
Yeah. And you're Damien, our booker, was doing a little bit of sort of pre-research when he was finding out some guests, and he had earmarked you, and he was saying before you had another channel somewhere, you had another one, and something happened, and now you're on this one. Is that a thing, or am I talking crazy?
No, I think that what happened is that I still had Tech Summit, and
Yeah.
well, actually, no, hang on, let's go back a little
Yeah,
bit.
let's take it back.
Full story.
Yeah, so
Give us all the
back in
deets.
2016 in the summer, I started a channel called FN Comic Makers, and it was me posting like voiced comics that are now private on my channel.
That's
And
cool.
they will remain that way forever.
Why?
Because they are very embarrassing. They do not represent the Tech Summit brand.
We understand that. That's why we changed our podcast name, you know. Like, well, we have a brand that we want to focus on.
Yeah.
But we're not going to hide the old episodes.
There's some
I want to hear these.
Some Let's Plays from another, you know, friend group forever ago, like in 2012 or something like that. Good luck finding it, by the way. You'll never find it.
I'm going to track this down.
You'll
It's under
never
Free
find
Company
it.
something,
You'll
right?
Never.
No, never?
No.
Okay.
You'll never find it.
I think he means it too. It was with a lot of conviction.
I now have a new goal, a new mission. Okay. All right. So you had these anime where you would do voiceovers for them for the comics. You said you were done with that, and what made you switch branding to this sort of tech review format?
Well, around that time, I was really into channels like Linus Tech Tips and Dave 2D.
Yeah.
And I had recently gotten a Razer Blade 14 because of their reviews.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to try my hand at editing a tech video.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed my iPhone SE at the time, and I just got a bunch of B-roll, and then on my microphone at home, I went back and I wrote a script. I recorded everything, and then I put everything together, and I posted it. I think I had about maybe 12 subscribers at the time, which were probably all family members and friends.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
So then I went to bed, and when I woke up in the morning, I think it had, I could totally be butchering this, but I'm pretty sure that it had like 300 views, and I was like, oh wow, 300 people saw this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I love that feeling. Yeah, you're just like, oh, people actually are watching the stuff I'm uploading.
Yeah, like people are actually interested in this, and definitely not in the comics. So while I tried to have like a dual branding thing where Tech Summit was just like a segment on the FN Comic Makers channel,
Yeah.
I eventually just got bored of doing the comic, and I was a lot more interested in making tech videos, even though at that time I was maybe posting once a month or so.
Yeah.
So I just made all those private, since, like I said earlier, they no longer represent the Tech Summit anthem,
Yeah.
let's say.
I like that. The
Ethos.
anthem. That reminds me of a Blink-182 song. I like that one.
I
Like that.
I don't really listen to Blink 182, but I think I
There's still
understand the
time.
reference still. Yes, there is. I should give them a listen, I think.
Hell yeah, you should. Start with Damn It. That's a classic.
With Damn It.
Off Dude Ranch. It's their song. It's called Damn It. And it just has like 3 chords, super fast, really good. It has their old drummer.
You got it. I will.
Yeah. Listen to the Travis Barker stuff, like CD3 and onward, though.
Yeah, sure.
Listen to him.
Anyways, I'll shut the fuck up now.
No, hey.
Continue.
I think this is a great tangent, actually. So I'm very much into metal.
Yeah.
Nice.
And while I know that Blink 182 isn't metal, it's still adjacent. Yeah. So
yeah.
I would love to check it out, and I guarantee you that I will, and probably get back to you on some feedback. I will probably write a paragraph on what I think about it, since I like to think about music that way. Like, just
I like that.
Like, what's the story in this song?
Yeah.
And that's why I listen to a lot of black metal.
Well, you're a metal guy.
What's your favorite black metal?
I have a Rammstein concert coming up here in September. That's going to be a fun one.
Oh, yeah?
In Chicago. Yeah, that's going to be a crazy one.
Oh, you guys are in Chicago?
No, I'm in the Midwest.
Yeah, Thor's out in Indiana.
Indiana.
I'm out
Indiana, in the middle of nowhere.
Where are you from? Where are you talking from today?
I'm in New York.
New York, nice.
Yeah.
We're on all 3 parts of the country.
Yeah. It's
yeah, we are.
It's pretty cool, I'd say. Like when you guys said PST, I was like, wait, hang on, like what's that on Eastern time? It's like, oh, they want to talk at 11
You and I are
PM.
in the same time zone still.
Yeah, you guys are in the same zone. I'm out on the West Coast.
18 hours away from each other and still in the same freaking time zone.
So what kind of black metal we talking here? You listen to like Dimmu Borgir or like Children of Bodom, that kind of black metal?
I'm more so into Carrick Angren, and I like a lot of symphonic stuff as well.
Nice, yeah.
So if like I hear
Dragon Force or something,
no, more like Luca Turilli.
I don't know.
Man, I would have to look at my playlist actually. Like this is, you got me going here.
I gotta listen to more black metal. There's some good stuff. Like I like Viking. My buddy Kyle gets me into like Viking black metal.
Well, if you want more Viking-esque music, but not necessarily metal, I do have a suggestion, but I will probably DM that to you later on.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's a very enjoyable listen. Now, with that said, and going all the way back to the Blink 182 conversation, and then before that to talking about, I believe it still was the channel. It was, it was something that I just kept doing after that, and then I eventually got an upload schedule where I was like, okay, I'll just talk about any type of tech. Could be a microphone that I have, could be a camera, a phone that my sister and my mom has.
People love that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why I stuck with Tech Summit. However, as of late, I've been doing a lot more retro game stuff.
Handhelds.
Indeed. And I think all 3 of us have one.
Miyoo Mini Rise Up. Miyoo Mini gang.
This thing has
V1 and V2.
Beautiful display.
Yeah, V1, V2.
Absolutely,
you got a V2 there, right, Francisco?
Yeah, I have both.
It's a white one. I'm not sure.
Open up the battery compartment really quick. Is it 1900 or 2000 milliamp hours?
He has V2.
It is 2000.
Yep, you got the V2.
Sweet.
Well, the other one has an actual. Here, I'll just show you. The other one has an actual Miyoo branded battery in it.
Yes, yeah, the V1. So I wanted to talk about this today. We'll segue into handhelds in a second, but just to wrap up what you were saying about your channel. So you started out doing tech, reviewing what you could, and lately you're doing handhelds. Are you going to continue that down that road, you think, or do you want to going back more into like the lights and the camera stuff, all that?
I think that I see myself covering more gaming gear in general.
Yeah.
So, like for example, the Steam Deck. I am going to be making a review about it, but it's not going to be focused on emulation at all. It's only going to be focused on what the Steam Deck can do, as it is with SteamOS.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I haven't even touched emulation on it, so I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like just the idea of being able to play PC games on the go, like it's a pretty big deal to me.
It's really freaking cool, and I love how you can bring the TDP down to like 3 watts and like make it last like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah.
Even though you got to set your graphics down to the lowest of the low, but I'm good with it. I want that battery life, man. So
see, I enjoyed Windows and the Windows on Odin build. Did either of you guys try that yet?
No,
I haven't tried Windows on Odin yet. Well, I'm still waiting on my Odin to show up.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully very soon here. I had an Odin, by the way, Francisco, and then I sold it to Thor, who immediately tore it down. Yeah, it was worth it.
Oh no!
It only broke a few things, and then he fixed it. It lived another life.
And now
it's not so much that; it's just more so like I can't believe that you got rid of your Odin.
It was a tough sacrifice to make, but I did it for the channel, man. I did it for the Cat Podcast. And also, selfishly, I really wanted it in white, and I was afraid if I kept the black one, I would have just given up my search to get like my white Odin. So I'm like, you know what? We did a review on it. I enjoyed the hell out of it for a week or two. I enjoyed it so much. I loved it so much. So much, Thor.
At a certain point,
this was months ago.
He made a decree. He made a decree after getting rid of all of his handhelds, and that he had one handheld left. And whenever he bought new handhelds, they were all going to be white, right?
All of them.
How's that going?
Well, I got this, so I got my gray. I have my black Steam Deck, and I have like
your yellow Playdate. Yeah, I get it.
I have my yellow Playdate back there.
You touch the Playdate.
It's actually a great moment to segue into a pretend dbrand sponsorship to be able to put a white wrap on your Steam Deck.
Yes, we do want to talk to dbrand. Dbrand, if you're watching this, we would love to do a sponsorship. Let's do it. I will put on any one of your decals. I saw you have the matte white one, and I know that the matte white one will make my Steam Deck look exactly like my obsessive compulsive disorder. It'll satisfy it. Well, it's got weird. Any other topics that we want to bring up before we start to wrap it up? Francisco, anything that bothers you? Anything you want to just say? Here's my heart.
Yeah. We should censor everybody who has something bad to say against Tech Summit in particular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If there is one negative comment about Tech Summit, I will report it to YouTube and Google, and I will report it. Yeah, Boothman. Bill, if you make a negative comment on this video, that's it. I'm gonna delete it or respond with a really mad emoji.
And my alter ego might actually jump in and say something.
Oh. So the rabbit hole goes deeper.
Thank you so much for having me, by the way. It was a lot of fun, and I very much appreciate the invite.
Thanks. Let's do some follow-up episodes, some live streams. Let's just do some collabs. Thanks, patrons. Thanks, everybody, for joining the Retro Handhelds podcast. Have a great night. Oh, my God. This is Stubbs and Thor and Francisco. See you later. Bye.